Did you know that around 60% of dogs show signs of anxiety or stress due to neglect? That's a shocking number. It really makes you think about how our furry friends might be feeling when we don't give them the attention they deserve. Today, we're diving into a question that might hit a little too close to home for some of us. Does your dog feel neglected by you? I know it sounds harsh, but stick with me. We're going to explore what this might mean for your pup and how we can fix it. Sign number 1, more sleeping. Now you might be thinking, Caesar, my dog sleeps a lot. Does that mean I'm neglecting him? Well, let's be clear, all dogs love a good nap. It's in their DNA. But there's a difference between a well-deserved rest and excessive sleepiness that signals something deeper. If you notice your dog sleeping more than usual, especially during times they're typically active and playful, it could be a sign they're not getting enough mental or physical stimulation. Dogs are energetic creatures and they need an outlet for all that energy. Think of it like this. Imagine being cooped up inside all day with nothing to do. You'd probably feel bored, restless, and maybe even a little down. It's the same for our dogs. A tired dog is often a bored dog. So if your furry friend is constantly snoozing, it's time to ask yourself, am I providing enough opportunities for exercise, play, and mental engagement? We'll talk more about how to do that later on. Number 2, bites you. Let's talk about a behavior that can be alarming and even painful: biting. Now, it's important to remember that dogs have instincts, and biting is a natural behavior for them. But when a dog who's normally gentle and well-behaved starts nipping or biting, it's a major red flag. While there can be various reasons behind this behavior, one often overlooked factor is attention seeking. Yes, you heard that right. Sometimes when a dog feels ignored or neglected, they might resort to biting as a way of getting your attention. Think of it as their way of saying, "Hey, I'm here, pay attention to me." Of course, this is not an excuse for aggressive behavior, and it's crucial to address it immediately. But understanding the underlying cause can help you modify their behavior effectively. Number 3, excessive barking. You know, dogs communicate in many ways, and barking is their natural way of expressing themselves. But sometimes, excessive barking can be a sign of an underlying issue. It's like your dog is trying to tell you something's not right. Just like a pack leader needs to be aware of their surroundings, you need to pay attention to your dog's barking. Is it out of the ordinary? Is it happening more frequently? These could be signs that your dog is trying to get your attention. Remember, dogs are social animals and they crave interaction. If they're feeling neglected or bored, they might bark excessively to try and engage you. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm here, spend some time with me." So, if you notice your furry friend barking more than usual, don't just dismiss it as noise. Take a moment to understand what they're trying to communicate. Number 4, growling. A lot of people think growling is always a sign of aggression, but that's not always the case. Growling is another way dogs communicate, and it can mean different things depending on the situation. Sometimes a growl is a warning sign. Your dog might be feeling uncomfortable, stressed, or threatened, and they're letting you know by growling. It's their way of saying, "Back off, I need some space." But when a dog is feeling neglected, their growls can also be a sign of frustration. They might growl because they're feeling ignored or because they're not getting enough attention from you. So if you notice your dog growling more often, it's important to take it seriously. Don't punish the growl. Instead, try to understand what's causing it. Number 5, chewing. You know, dogs explore the world with their mouths, especially puppies. Chewing is a natural instinct for them. It helps them exercise their jaws, keep their teeth clean, and relieve boredom. But when chewing becomes destructive, it can be a sign of a bigger issue. Destructive chewing can be a sign of boredom and pent-up energy. If your dog isn't getting enough mental and physical stimulation, they might resort to chewing on furniture, shoes, or anything they can get their teeth on. It's like they're saying, "I'm bored. I need something to do." And trust me, you don't want your prized possessions to become their next chew toy. So if you're finding shredded pillows and chewed up furniture around your house, don't just get upset. See it as a cry for help. Your dog is trying to tell you they need more attention and stimulation. Number 6, destructive behavior. We've all seen it. You come home and your house looks like a pack of playful puppies turned it upside down. Chewed furniture, shredded pillows, maybe even a potted plant casualty. Now, before you blame the dog, remember they don't speak our language. Destructive behavior is a dog's way of saying, "Hey, I need an outlet for my energy. I need attention." You see, dogs are pack animals. In the wild, they'd be running miles every day, hunting, playing, socializing. Now, They're stuck inside with all this pent-up energy and no way to release it. Imagine a high-energy dog like a border collie with nothing to do all day. It's a recipe for disaster. So what can you do? First, make sure your dog is getting enough exercise. A tired dog is a well-behaved dog. Take them for long walks, runs, hikes, whatever you can manage. Second, engage their minds. Mental stimulation is just as important as physical exercise. Puzzle toys, obedience training, even a good game of fetch can tire them out. Remember, your dog isn't trying to be bad. They're just trying to communicate their needs in the only way they know how. Number 7, tuck-tail dogs are masters of nonverbal communication. Their tails? They're like giant mood rings. A wagging tail means a happy dog, but a tucked tail? That's a red flag. It shows anxiety, fear, or insecurity. They're trying to appear smaller, less threatening. New environments, loud noises, or changes in routine can cause this. If it happens often at home, they might not feel secure. It's their way of asking for help. Be patient and reassuring. A confident dog is a happy dog, and a happy dog wags its tail high. Number 8, weight gain. We all love to spoil our dogs, right? A little extra treat here, a few table scraps there. But too many indulgences can lead to weight gain, and that's not good for their health. Treats can be a great tool for training and bonding. Dogs thrive on routine and structure. They need regular exercise, a balanced diet, and discipline. Dogs are meant to be active, engaged members of our pack. Remember, a healthy dog is a happy dog. Number 9, pawing or butting you. You know, we talk a lot about how dogs communicate, and sometimes it's not with a bark, but with a paw. If you've got a dog who's constantly pawing at you, nudging you, almost like they're saying, hey, you, well, they are. They're seeking your attention, and it's a clear sign they need more interaction. Dogs are social animals, pack animals, and they thrive on connection. Just like you might reach out to a friend, they reach out with a paw. Don't ignore this. It's easy to push them away, tell them later, especially when you're busy. But even a few minutes of focused playtime, a walk around the block can make all the difference. Remember, a tired dog is a good dog, but more importantly, a dog who feels seen, who feels heard, that's a happy dog. Number 10, howling or crying. In the wild, wolves howl to communicate across distances, to keep the pack together. Now, your little Chihuahua might not be calling to the pack across the Serengeti, but their howls and cries, those are messages too. And often what they're saying is, I'm lonely. A neglected dog, a dog who feels isolated, will howl, they'll whine, they'll cry, hoping for a response. It's heartbreaking, but it's their way of reaching out. Now, I'm not saying every howl means your dog is neglected. Sometimes they hear a siren, another dog, and they're just reacting. But if it's excessive, if it's paired with other signs, it's time to listen. Give them the companionship they crave. Spend quality time with them, make them feel secure, and you'll find those lonely howls turn into happy yips in no time. Remember, a balanced dog is a quiet dog. Number 11, potty accidents. You know, we often think of potty training as a simple matter of teaching our dogs where to go. And while that's part of it, we have to remember that dogs, just like us, experience emotions. When a dog who was once reliably house-trained starts having accidents, it's not always about forgetting their training. More often than not, it's a cry for help, a sign that something is off in their world. Think of it like this: your dog's behavior is their language. They communicate through barking, tail wags, and yes, even potty accidents. So if your dog starts having accidents, don't just clean it up and move on. Instead, take a step back and ask yourself, what's changed in their environment? Are they getting enough exercise, enough mental stimulation, enough of my time? Neglect, even unintentional neglect, can manifest in many ways, and potty accidents are a common one. Remember, a dog who feels secure, loved, and fulfilled is less likely to exhibit these behaviors. So, if you're seeing accidents, it's time to reconnect with your dog, reinforce their training, and make sure all their needs are being met. Number 12, excessive licking. We all know dogs love to lick. It's how they groom themselves, how they show affection, even how they explore the world. But there's a difference between a happy dog giving you a few licks and a dog engaged in excessive, obsessive licking. When a dog starts licking constantly, whether it's themselves, objects, or even you, it's often a sign of anxiety, stress, or yes, even neglect. It's their way of self-soothing, of trying to cope with an emotional imbalance. Imagine feeling overwhelmed, unsure, or ignored. You might find yourself fidgeting, biting your nails, or engaging in other repetitive behaviors. Dogs do the same thing, and excessive licking is one of their primary ways of expressing that inner turmoil. So if you notice your dog licking more than usual, don't just dismiss it. Take it as a sign to assess their environment, their routine, and your interactions with them. Are they getting enough exercise? Enough mental challenges? Enough quality time with you? Addressing these needs can often alleviate the anxiety that leads to excessive licking. Remember, our dogs are more than just pets. They're family. And just like any family member, they thrive on love, attention, and a sense of belonging. If you've noticed any of the signs we've talked about in this video, it's time to take action. Give your dog the gift of your time. Engage in some fun training exercises. Take them for a long walk or simply cuddle up on the couch together. These small acts of love and attention can make a world of difference in your dog's happiness and well-being. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to the channel for more tips on understanding and connecting with your canine companion. And remember, a tired dog is a happy dog, but a loved dog is an even happier dog. Until next time, keep those tails wagging.